I want to go across now again to Kamna Pandey. Kamna, I mean, we have been seeing and listing out what the directives have stated. Do you think we have enough shelters, even if we start implementing this directive, because we have that 2-week deadline to follow? Do you think there is enough shelter for all the dogs to be put?
Absolutely not. It's actually, uh, if I may loosely use the word, it is laughable. It's impractical. We cannot put how many. See, I say, it's the Supreme Court that is giving out these directions. This is not just some local Nagar Nigam, somebody who we can say that he's not even educated enough. He's just come out with something, and we'll go to higher authority and get redressed. No, this is coming from the apex court of India. We expect, as man said, we expect that due deliberation is done. Scientific methods are followed. Scientific study is done. Whatever data is presented on which the alarming decisions and directions are coming, the data on which the court actually took cognizance of this matter, got alarmed. Is that data even verified? Is that data even substantiated? No, you we can't just pick up random reports which may or may not be true, which may or may not have been contradicted. Even in my own application, I have listed out a whole lot of cases where the media reported something and later it turned out to be something else and was reported in either the same media house or somewhere else. So random media reports we are picking up, we are forming policies without even studying them, without even following the precedent set by the same Supreme Court, without even following the laws that have been passed by the Parliament of India, the sacrosanct. We are not following anything. If the Supreme Court, if the amicus, appointed amicus, have no regard for law, then I don't know, only God can save this country. Where are we going? Where are we headed? And we have to look at the rationale behind it also. Have has any only if we are given the chance to argue will these points come before the court, that it's all right, you find in a stretch of, let's say, in a stretch of 5 kilometers, you find 10 dogs, you've removed those 10 dogs. There's a dhaba over there, you cited those 10 dogs, you've removed them. There will be more dogs that will come in. So actually a study has to be done. Some committee has to be formed which can actually look into the matter, which can look at the cause of the problem, the root cause of the problem, the solution that is scientifically and legally correct to be suggested to the court. I again raise the same point. The amicus here, what is the qualification of the amicus? He's a lawyer. He's not, I'm sure he's capable enough. Once he reads our side arguments, he reads the other side which presents the problems, and he balances, discusses, and then comes up with suggestions. All right, but how is a lawyer capable and qualified enough to come up with such suggestions without hearing the side of the parties that have been dealing with the problem on ground? Because he has never dealt with the problem. Had it been something to do with law, of course he's capable enough. But he's not capable enough when it comes to dealing with sentient beings which have a very complex behavior, where the problem is not limited to a vehicle jam or something. This is not an inanimate object. You have to think about this, that the animal you remove, what happens to that animal, what happens when you remove that animal, what happens to the ecology. You have to see what happens to the sentiments of the people who have probably fed the dogs, who take these dogs as their own children. There are people who don't have their own children and they literally consider these dogs as their own children. You just come and pick them up and remove. We are not living in a banana republic. We are living in a country where sentiments are respected, where religious values are respected, where the cultural values are respected, where the law is respected, where science is respected. We have come up with such innovative solutions to problems that the Western countries and developed countries have found it so difficult to battle with. We have come up with our own very, very innovative solutions. What is happening here, what is happening now, just beats me. I'm unable to understand how can the same mistake be repeated again and again in the same court over the same subject, over the same matter. How is it that you, you remember one woman died, she lost her life because she took her own life because she was so anxious because of the 11th August order in Delhi. She killed her, poisoned her own dogs, and she committed suicide. We have to understand the level of sentiments that are attached. We are not paying heed to anything, neither the sentiments, nor the law, nor the logic, nor the rationale, nor the science, nor any study, nor ground experience. And as far as institutions are concerned, be it IIT when they're talking about educational institutes, or they are talking about hospitals, the Sanjay Gandhi Institute of Lucknow, both of them have excellent examples where exactly the same problem was there, where it was handled the wrong way, which actually worsened the problem, and then we came up with the legal, rational, proper solution, and the problem just went away. Why is it that we are not considering these? Of course, we will be able to consider this only when we are given a chance to speak. You shut us up, you don't let us speak. Why are we even there?
Absolutely.
Why even hold a court? Why,
Right.
why not just pass a diktat?
Absolutely.